Hello everyone and welcome to Project Ozone 3 Mythic Mode, Episode 7. Wow, Episode 7 already? I feel like we've made little but lots of progress all at once. Anyway, today we need to go to Erebus because I need formic acid so that I can make a rock crusher and get rhodochrosite to enchant some cool diamond stuff. So, let's get started. Now, if I remember correctly, we can't fly in the Erebus. So we will need to make a jetpack. However, I don't want to make a jetpack if I don't have to. So we are going to begin by actually getting to the Erebus so I can test the theory out. And to do that, we need to make an offering altar. There is our offering altar. Next, we need to make ourselves a Gaian keystone. So we need a diamond, an obsidian, and an emerald. And we put it on the offering altar. And it takes a little bit of time, but eventually they will combine and give us a lovely Gaian keystone. Ta-da! And we need to make 2, otherwise we won't actually be able to get back from the Erebus. Thank you. And we should now be able, not an offering altar, we want to make 2 staffs of Gaia. And using some thorium, naga scales, and dense crystal, we can make ourselves a Gaian keystone. Now, temporarily, I have just put this here. We'll probably just get a waystone and break the portal at some point anyway. And there we go. I've got my Staff of Gaia to get back. I've got an overworld apple and some experience. So let's go in and just see if we can fly. If not, we'll come back and we'll make a jetpack. Okay, we're here. Here is our portal back. And yes, as suspected, we cannot fly. Therefore, we must return and make a jetpack. So, jetpacks are annoying because they require a lot of nested crafting, mainly the flux capacitors and themselves. So first I need to make 4 leadstone flux capacitors, 3 hardened capacitors, 2 hardened flux capacitors, or reinforced flux capacitors, 1 signalum flux capacitor, and finally an enderium flux capacitor. For the next bit, I'm going to need a magma crucible, as well as a fluid transposer. Each jetpack needs its own set of 2 thrusters, which basically means we have to make a lot of numismatic dynamos. Not numismatic, various dynamos. They're all basically the same. We need some redstone wire. We don't really have enough of that, that's fine, I can get some more. MV capacitors, steel mechanical components, redstone transmission coils, and various gears in the middle. These are annoying to make. We need 8 of these, which means 8 LV capacitors, which should be fine, really. Okay, we should now be, once I pick up the plates from in here, of course, I can now make myself 8 LV capacitors. I'll hold them for a second, see if it's a quest. Who knows? And, oh, I need more treated wood. And now I have more treated wood, we can make, okay, don't know why it didn't let me put them all in. 8 MV capacitors, lovely. Okie dokie, gears collected, stuff made. Let's see, we need 2 numismatic dynamos. We want 2 innovation dynamos. We want 2. Oh no, I miscounted. Oh, I'm gonna have to make all those stupid things again. Curses. Right, that should be problem solved, and we can now make 2 magmatic dynamos and hopefully 2 reactant dynamos. Lovely. It's so easy to mess up with these sort of things. Let me just leave everything in here ready to be used. And firstly, I'm going to want a leather strap, which will let us make... Where are my thrusters? Oh, that's so funny. I actually didn't turn these into thrusters, I just left them as the dynamos. That is so silly and goofy of me. We're not quite done. What a silly, silly sausage I am. Okay, let's start off with 2 leadstone thrusters. Woohoo, we've got that, and with that we can make ourselves the leadstone jetpack. Give me the quest, please. Yay. With some hardened flux ducts, I can make some hardened thrusters, which will turn into a hardened jetpack. With some redstone flux ducts and some destabilized redstone, I can make myself the reinforced thrusters and then a reinforced jetpack. And by upgrading the redstone flux ducts to resonant flux ducts, I can make myself 2 resonant thrusters and the final resonant jetpack. Since we are going to the Erebus to fight, I would like some protection, so I'll make some iron armor plating. I will upgrade that to bronze, bronze to invar, and finally invar to enderium. And if we I think we just need to combine these. We now have our armored resonant jetpack and are ready to take on the Erebus. And I've just made myself a nice resonant reservoir so that we can fill it with the acid, the formic acid, when we find it. And I have just gone up here to charge it. This is how I was getting my pink slime. I was putting things in front of the mob slaughter factory via soul vials. This actually takes quite a while to fill up. Okay, we are now in the Erebus. I will just make a nice little portal waypoint. We seem to be under the ground, which is a little annoying. Jetpack. Which are the buttons? Not a clue. Well, it appears as if I was up rather than down, but this is sort of where I wanted to get to anyway. The good thing about Erebus is if I turn my jetpack back on, you can find all the biomes on the top. Volcanic desert. We need, I can't remember actually which biomes we're looking for, apart from ulterior outback. So I'm gonna quickly look up that. It might be in the quest book. Is it in the quest book? No, I don't think it says. Okay, it is volcanic deserts that we want for the Antlion Overlord. I mean, I guess we're not really well equipped, but I mean, in terms of armor, we have the jet plate, and that's about it. Oh, that'll be useful soon, but we do have a weapon that basically just kills everything fairly instantly. So, whoa, shouldn't be an issue, to be quite honest. So I guess I'll just go and have a little fly around and see if I can find the pyramid. It might not even be in this one, to be honest. I see a pyramid. Here it is. We found it. Joyous joys. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to do the annoying maze and try and get to the ends and kill stuff like this, because you'll need some of their drops. Oh, a chest. Anything good? Not particularly. You can't break these because of it makes fire. Lava? Lava, not fire. So maybe I will do the sneaky thing and just kind of vein mine around the edges. And there is our first golem. He's dead. That was easy. Ooh. Now just 3 more to go. 3 more to go. I don't burn to death first, that is. We will see. Goodbye. And the next one should be around here somewhere. I've been using the Staff of Traveling. There he is. Hello. Just to get through the walls, because it's slightly easier than having to actually do the maze. So I just go like this along the edges. It doesn't cause any damage to me, and it's just speedy fast. What's this? A glowing gem. Mining multi-tool. I'll take it because it's used for something and it might be a quest. Okay, the next guardian just came at me from nowhere, so I'm getting yellow hearts, so that's great. I didn't have time to film it properly though. Let's continue. We've got one more left, I think. And here's the last guy, and he's dead. Woohoo! Another yellow heart and a final scarab piece. Lovely. I don't quite know if I've got enough of all the other bits and bobs that I need to actually get out of the pyramid, so we'll see. We'll get into the pyramid, I suppose. Whoops, into lava again. That's why I stole some sandwiches. Right, okay. Iron scarab, gold, jade, and mud, and in we go. Oh, they gave me the jade. That's annoying, because that's actually the one thing I had. Okay, then the exoskeletons. I think I need string. I don't think I have string. Oh my goodness, I actually have enough magma cream for this, and magma crawler eyes, and string. I don't have any string. I'll go get some string. Okay, went back home, got some string. Here we are, and oh, I got a potion of night vision. Oh wait, that doesn't do anything. I've got night vision. Let me eat some Halloween lollipops for some potential boosts. Right, I've got all sorts of nonsense now. F and L. Oh my god, I'm stuck in a corner. Run! Oh, am I not able to shuriken him? That will be my witch's hat gone. Maybe he's harder than I've remembered. Oh my god, he is. This is a bad idea. I thought I could shuriken him like I can literally everything else, but evidently not. Die. 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 I'm gonna kill him like this. This should be fine, if not a bit dizzying. Typical. Okay, he's dead. He's dead. I killed him. He's dead. We're fine. We're safe. I'm only close to being dead. We're good. I've got so much rubbish in my inventory. So much rubbish. My saturation token went, but not my flying. That's interesting. Yay, I can already put that back. He's dead. We did it. I get my egg. Thanks. And we can leave. Okay. Cool. One boss down. Aha, the other boss, the Brood Mother. We're not quite fully healed, but I have a feeling I can just sort of, yes, there we go. She's nearly dead. She's dead. That was way easier than the Antlion. Woohoo! So that's both the bosses. Now, oh, I got the Soul Crystal. That's used for the Philosopher's Stone. I might need a few of them then. And an egg. Lovely. So now I just need to find the formic acid, I guess, and we're sort of done here. Lo and behold, that's formic acid. This is a petrified forest. What odd luck. Everything was really close together. Oh, my reservoir. Time to collect. And there we are, 250 buckets of formic acid, and we can now head back home. Firstly, we are going to need 2 reactor casing cores legacy, 2 ender casing, and I need 2 soul machine chassis as well. And we've already got the 2 normal machine frames from thermal expansion. So I'm just going to take a stack of yellow orium, we're going to combine it with some sand, and we will get ourselves some cyanite, lovely stuff. And in our fluid transposer, can I just, right, okay, that filled it up. Chuck that in, and there is our plutonium. We only need 4 for now. There is 4. Oh no, we need 4. We need 8. There's 1 machine chassis, there's more plutonium, and there is 2 machine chassis. Lovely. I'm going to need a couple linear actuators. And now I should, I think, have everything. So there's our pressurizer, and I thought I made enough of those. Evidently not. And after my mild mishap, 1 rock crusher as well, which will very much help us. However, we are going to need some andesite granite. We need granite to crush to get our rhodochrosite. We'll need some more rock crushers eventually, but for now we're just making 1 because it was expensive. So we need to make an igneous extruder, which is basically all fine. I don't think... Oh no, I do have empowered void crystals. Never mind, all is well. I think I should have everything else for this. Okay, here we go. 1 igneous extruder, and we're also going to need a clastic deposition upgrade. And thanks to our mob farm, there we go, 1 plastic deposition, which means we only need to put 1 bucket of lava in, but we will need to continually supply it with water, which is fine actually, because I mean, I can just put it here. Can it auto input? Not right now anyway. Okay, I'm stupid. We don't need the plastic deposition thing at all. We made it for absolutely no reason. That's fine. Doesn't really make a big difference to me. It just means we have another thing we need to store. That makes like sedentary rock. I thought granite was sedentary. Apparently it's like volcanic or something. Magmatic. Who knows? Something which I was unsure of for my geology knowledge. But there we go. Now we can have just 4 upgrades. Oh, it needs power in this version. Okay. And here is a very slow setup for making rhodochrosite. And it's slow because these machines are slow. And I think I don't want to upgrade them too much because they'll be quite power heavy. But this should be a fine speed. We are making crushed rhodochrosite, sulfur, and crushed valiumite. I don't actually know what this does. Sodium fluoride and this. Okay, well, we will have to do that eventually. Is this useful for anything? Maybe some nuclear craft, who knows, whatever. Basically this is what we're interested in, and the sulfur is also a nice sort of extra bonus. And yes, it crushes it, we get crushed rhodochrosite, it goes into a pressurizer, and we get actual rhodochrosite, which means finally it'll be a little bit easier to make myself these crystalline alloys. We are going to need 4 stacks of diamantine. We do have some, but I thought I'd just make as many as possible. So let me just make a few in here of blocks, and then I will turn the blocks into diamantine, and then once we have enough rhodochrosite, they will get empowered. And just because it's fun to show the magic, 36 of everything. Yes, there we go. It is working. I was like, where are the numbers not going down? They are. And we are making ourselves some empowered diamantine. Now, I don't know if I have enough pulsating iron and enough electrotine. I think we've got enough pulsating iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just enough electrotine. Oof, this will be expensive. And pulsating iron, this should be 16. 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, perfect. So that should be enough for like 2 stacks, which is kind of crazy. But a thing is, we should be able to in the future not have to make... Maybe we will. Right, we do have to, but We'll get electrotine seeds and pulsating iron seeds. So yeah, it won't be as bad. It still won't be the best thing in the whole world, but we won't hate it as much. And now we should be able to make ourselves 4 stacks of pulsating crystals, which will then, once my prismarine is done, get sagmilled down into grains of piezoality. I just want to have a moment for my friend, the stellar capacitor. I love you, stellar capacitor. You have made my life so much easier. Thank you. I think I programmed this in, but this should be... Yes, I did. Crystalline capacitors getting made now. And we should get both stacks that we want. For melodic alloys, we are going to need chorus fruit. And to get chorus fruit, I have just set up a little hopping bonsai farm. This one grows fairly slow. I mean, I did get enough chorus, so it doesn't really make a difference. It will also give us popped chorus fruit and ender pills. Did I put the infinity upgrades on? Yes, it did. That's fine then. So I'm just going to cook these 2 up. I'm making end steel right now. I don't know if it finished by the time I got back. A little bit more left. So 1 stack needs to stay as end steel, and the other stack needs to become, or the other 2 stacks need to become melodic, and we also need thorium for that. Now, I don't know if I do have enough thorium or not. If not, we'll pop back to the lost cities and grab some nope. No. Okay, lost cities time then. Right, final step. Let's get this started. We haven't quite got all the melodic alloy left. That's fine. We do get a quest for that. If I check everything in here, we should just get it put in the slice and splice and it will cook. It's not very fast, is it, going in and out? Do I have any spare item translocators? That would be... Mind you, it wouldn't come out again. Stop it. Item. Yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll use that instead, because they're going in too slowly, and we only need a stack, so it's not like it really does need to pump out. Give. Thank you. Yes, that's mild. This should be speedier. Oh yeah. That's what we want. Do that. So oh yeah, that looks so much cooler. Perfect. Okay, I've just put in the filters for some silver, or ender something or other. Energetic. I'll never remember those. There we go. Basic energetic capacitors, and I can just put them on the whitelist to export as so. Ta-da! So now we have those pretty much automated, and we need 24 of those. And now we should be able to get the energized. That should be on the go. I've had to put a little bit more glowstone in because both the silver and the gold versions require glowstone and coal. I've needed to block up the inputs so that it doesn't like it filled up the wrong input for the energetic ones. So they weren't crafting. So I just put a bunch more coal dust and stuff in just to sort of fill it up. It doesn't really matter, because they're not used for anything but this anyway, so we can fill up the outputs, and there we go. And that should be, I mean, that was quite a lot of quests that you probably just heard. We have everything but the totemic. Is that what I needed? I can't remember. Yes, I need them basically to make transistors. So to make a transistor, these ones, okay, they're fairly cheap. And now we can make a bunch of transistors. 1 stack of these are going to go with our melodic capacitors, which are, no, half a stack are going to go with our melodic. There they are. Melodic and a stack, because we know. I can't remember. A stack makes the transistors. Correct. Oh, I've just realized there's another thing we need to do. But basically, we have all of the capacitors we need to make a stack of each of the things. Now we can go back to Pneumaticraft. We are going to need a few refineries, which involves, actually probably don't need this many, some of the rhodochrosite that we just got, which is very good for me because I feel like I remember this being an annoying recipe, but this seems actually not too bad. So first we need to crush it. Don't know why I went over to the furnaces. Oh dear. I can crush it in a crusher. Let's see, there's a reason this is still here. It is still useful. And because I'm lazy, I only did 5. Oh, well, let's just leave the rest in. That's fine. 5 will do for us for now. And now we cook, and we get manganese oxide dust, and we cook again, and we will get manganese oxide ingots, and we cook again, and we will get manganese ingots. And I think that's what we need. Ignore that. HLSSA carbon. Yes, that is exactly what we want. Let me take some of these extra ingots out that I've made. And now this should go into sag mill, please. Yes. And basically what I want to do is I've combined it with some graphite dust, and if I just put it in an alloy furnace with some iron, 15 dust to be specific, we will get ourselves eventually, it takes a while, some HSLA steel, which we can then use for our purposes. Is that everything good? So I'll just let that go. With some steel, I need to make 4 steel frames. And now I can make myself 4 refineries. Now I'm going to need at least 2 vortex tubes for this as well. Okay, so we have set up the refinery here. We have a vortex tube which goes into it with a heat sink and a compressed iron on the back. So this will just keep the cool out. I don't know if we need all of these heat sinks or not, but it seems to be perfect. We are waiting on this cow to let me have crude oil. He is in a cool cage I've made out of microblocks. I only have one of him because I couldn't be bothered to find another. So I need to wait for him to be able to give me a bucket of crude oil. After we have some, we don't need to use him anymore. And we can just, what's the word? Not do that. I've got some other random cows. I wonder if we just have like a chance of getting another oil cow. That would be good. So I will give that a go. Let's just quickly do that. I've been searching for a few fluid cows. Hello, make babies. Come on, be who I want it to be. Maybe they just don't breed. Oh well, I will find another one at some point, or I'll mob duplicate it or whatever. This will do for now. So yeah, while that's going on, I will make myself we need another couple heat sinks, and I want to also make the thermo-pneumatic processing plant. And here is my thermo-pneumatic processing plant. And the final thing we are going to need is a plastic mixer. Okay, I've just put a bucket of crude oil in. It is being cooked. We are getting 3 outputs: diesel, kerosene, and LPG. Not very much. I actually might go and get another cow because I can't remember how much LPG turns into a plastic, and I want the Amadron tablet, which needs 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, these. Extreme boron arsenide. Okay, that actually is a little way off. Yes, I'm going to go find another cow. Took a while, but there he is, our second crude oil cow. And I've just had all of these export into separate barrels. And now I have done that, I've put some of these air compressors back on again, just to help make sure we don't run out of pressure. Maybe I should probably put them all back on. I did take the coal blocks out of some of them. There we go, like so. And that should be making us power now, and this is heating this up. And if I put some coal in, the LPG will turn into liquid plastic. And we have plastic going into our plastic mixer. If I put in some cactus, some rose red, and some lapis, we are able to make ourselves plastic sheets. So we want the capacitor and the transistor. These require black and cyan respectively. So we want a lock selection, let's say for black for now, and we've got 10. We need a lot more oil to start off with. I don't need all of this covers and stuff. And to do that, I'm going to make a rancher, which should allow us to milk the cow automatically, or the cows. We have 4 now. And there is our animal rancher. I will need to make a range add-on for this, but once we've done that, we should be fine. Okay, here is the automation that I've set up. My animal rancher, and because of my multi-blocks, and I can't place anything on top. I mean, I could sort of remedy it by bringing this in a block. I just have to make sure these guys, yeah, gotta make sure they don't do that while I'm doing that. Come with me while I edit your house, please. But basically, yeah, when they are ready to be milked, they get milked. There, please. And when they are, why does that look like it's too wide? Oh yes, because I haven't broken this side yet. That's why. Yeah, so when they're ready to be milked, they get milked by this instead of by me, which is fun and cool. And there we go. Okay, that looks all right still. And then I'll bring this one in as well. I love multi-blocks. They are, forge micro blocks. They are very cool. And then I can just take these corners off. Can I put a new corner in? I don't think so, which is kind of sad, but I mean, it doesn't look, I could always do I can always do that. That looks alright. And it still would work with the pipe. Yeah, and that's just to make this so It's slightly neater, not in the path. Is that? Yes, there we go. Look at that. On-screen problem solving. Perfect. So now, yes, anyway, so it goes straight into the pressurizer, whatever it's called. This is slightly smaller. Sorry, cows. I'm sure you don't really mind, though. And I'll keep breed. I mean, I could do an automatic breeder, but I will just keep breeding them myself for now. We get crude oil, they get LPG, and we get plastic. So this is pretty much set and let go. Is there a muffler? Sound dampener? Portable sound dampener. Oh, that's the thing where I have to record the sound. Or silence. Lovely. Yay. Cows. Obviously this will be much better once these cows are plentiful rather than not plentiful. They do take a while to grow up. Okay, I don't know why, but for some reason this stops working sometimes. So I've put it on active on redstone signal and put a redstone clock next to it, and that seems to make sure it definitely works. Unless it was either that or the breeding cooldown stopped them being milkable. Not sure which. I should get some more wheat and just try and grow up the other cows so that they can be milked as well, just to speed things up a little bit. We've got plenty of wheat from the mob farm. So yeah, a little bit temperamental it seems, but I think it works. Okay, I think the issue is it says they're milkable even after they've been milked. So the counter doesn't reset on Whaler until until I undo it or whatever. So yeah, that seems to be what the issue is in terms of telling me they're breedable and not actually breeding them, but we should be fine now anyway. Just waiting for some more LPG from this thing. Are we all still hot and stuff? Seems to be keeping up with pressure and all that, so that's good. While I wait for plastic, let me get some microchips that we need to be able to make our capacitors, and then we just need a stack of compressed iron and a stack of red alloy, which we already have. Woohoo! And because I'm a little bit impatient, but not too bad, we'll start off with this. Also, I can't really remember which side is which. Let's see if this side is the input or not. Doesn't appear so. Right. That makes much more sense. I think I just got confused for a second. This side is the input. There we go. And this should put stuff into our pressure chamber correctly now. There we are. Oh, it just chucks it in like that. There should be stuff in here. We can't see it. We don't have any speed upgrades yet. I had a feeling, though, that they give you some as a quest reward. No, maybe not. I just felt like I had some and I don't remember why. I don't remember ever making any, you see. I remember having some for this pack. Maybe we do just make them. It's only lubricant, which is some diesel in the thermo-pneumatic processing plant, or you can just buy some in the Amadron thing, so we can do it. It's just a bit annoying, but we should do it because this is so incredibly slow. This is quite slow too, to be quite honest. This doesn't take speed upgrades. It's just we get enough crude oil now because of these lovely cows, but yeah, it just takes a while to process into LPG. So I'm just waiting 10 more plastic. 9 more plastic, and we should be able to make all of our transistors, and then we just need to wait for the cyan stuff. To prepare myself for what is going to come up very shortly, I need to make myself a melter and a chemical reactor from Nuclearcraft, which both take the annoying machine chassis again. That is, well, I mean, it's not too bad really. Now we've got plutonium. It is just madly annoying. So I wish that would finish off. So I'm going to work on that while we wait. And that is because we need to make a UV light box at some point, which requires the PCB blueprint, which you can get from Amadron. I don't know why you would pay 16 emeralds when you can buy it for 8, but whatever. So yeah, we'll also need a charging station. Charging station. Oh, that's cheap as anything. Yeah, so the reason we need Nuclearcraft is we need these thermoconducting alloys which require boron, arsenide. Oh, we need an ingot former as well. 3 machine chassis, not just 1, 3 machine chassis. Which means we need boron arsenide, which is a chemical reactor with molten boron and molten arsenic. The molten arsenic comes from melting crushed arsenic, and that comes from andesite. So I will need to grab a little bit of andesite and just switch out the rock crusher we've got in some location somewhere. It must be upstairs, so we can crush some of that. I've just put it in and I've already got some arsenic, so that's nice. So we can make an ingot former, a chemical reactor, And finally, a melter. This is a pricey machine, but I'm basically melting some boron. Yes, normal boron works. I had a panic there for a second. So I'm doing 8 boron. We'll do 8 arsenic as well. I don't really know how much of this stuff we'll need. It's quite slow, but I mean, it's still 4,000 RF per tick. It's quite crazy. Also, it's spitting fire everywhere. That's the strange of it. So basically, I mean, this is quite temporary. We have it on one channel going out of here and into here, and then on a different color going out of here and into here, and this was where the ingot will form. I'm pretty sure the ingot former didn't need power in Meatball Craft, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. Okay, now the arsenic can go in, and eventually I'll maybe put a couple of speed and energy upgrades in here as well. So when the arsenic finally melts, it will go in. Okay, that's a lot cheaper in terms of RF. I don't know why you're so expensive. And this will melt, and we will get ourselves our molten boron arsenide, which will go into here with maybe some more speed and energy upgrades. Oh, expensive on power. It's fine. We won't have this on most of the time at the moment anyway. And there we go, boron arsenide. So now I just need to mix a tough ingot with I need to turn this off first. Very annoying with the filtering on this, I'm not sure why. So we have a tough alloy and a hard carbon alloy will give us an extreme alloy. And if we put that in with a boron arsenide, we should get ourselves 2 thermoconducting alloys. Lovely. And with that, we can make ourselves an air canister. Oh, I forgot that Nuclear Craft's so stupid in this version. All the stuff I put in got taken out. We have to put like a blocking item in. So I've just chucked in this factory block. No wonder I couldn't see anything in it. Oh, this is so bad. So annoying. Anyway, whatever. Everything has to go back in again. And that factory block needs to stay in there to just block up the output. And this will be off for now. It's so stupid. We've nearly got enough cyan plastic, which is I mean, I'd quite like some, what's it called? Red plastic. If I can get on with this Amadron tablet. Oh, we still need more stuff anyway. Might as well just let it go. Hurry up. This is way too slow. If I added more vortex tubes, it should speed up now. Yes. Speed, be faster. We are now, yay, full on cyan plastic. Perfect. So now I can just chuck a bit more coal in and we can make other things. So now we have cyan plastic. I can go, I've got so much rubbish in my inventory. Let me just chuck some of it away before I fill up too much. Right, where are we going? Upstairs. I want, yes, it's over here in a chest. I need to remove that. I've just left it. And now we can make our stack. This is literally going to get used up pretty much instantly. I will have you just know that. So there we go. Now, when we're done, we shall have our transistors and our capacitors, and they'll all get you. I hope nothing despawns in there. Oh, stop. Item life upgrade. Did I make that item? Whoops. No, it's in here. Oh god, what if stuff's already despawned? Item life upgrade. Oh. It doesn't go in this, even though it's to stop things despawning. That's stupid. Does it have to be on like the input or something? Stupid. Stupid. Does this say that it works for? Yeah. Ah. Okay, well let's just hope it definitely does despawn. I'm going to need 4 red plastic for the next bit, and that is so I can make myself a GPS tool, and with a little bit of plastic we can make ourselves an Amadron tablet. And I have already prepared a charging station, so let's just stick it in there and it shall slowly but surely charge up to probably about, I don't know, 3 bars. I have my Amadron tablet and we are going to do some ordering. So that's the chest and that's the fluid providing location. Okay, that should be fine. So firstly we want a PCB blueprint, and I would also like, if possible, some lubricant. Can I have some lubricant, please? Yes, I want 16 buckets of lubricant. So I've placed my order. And our little drone friend should come. I've, taken all my emeralds. Oh, I do love the Amadron tablet. It's so cool. We also don't really need this for oil anymore. We can just buy it. But, I mean, it's free oil. We might as well keep it. And he's back. And he's given us our lubricant. And we have our PCB blueprint. This is the best thing, because I'm going to go make a bunch of speed upgrades. Speed upgrades galore. We can have 16 and anything. We've got emeralds are free and infinite for us. We can have as many new Mattercraft speed upgrades as we ever could desire. This is joyous. This is time for celebration, time for joy, time for happiness. Speed, speed. Okay, so now we have this. Go in. Oh, I can put 16 in. So really, let's see, we've got some item, whoops. If I click T, it searches inventories. That's why it does that, in case you were wondering. A bit of glowstone, a little bit of redstone, and these will be way more efficient than item conduits, and they're my favorite things ever. Beep, beep. So we want that to go in. That can just stay on. That should be nice and fast. Oh, ping, 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 ping. We are making things. Is that everything in there? Oh yeah, look at it. We're making things. We're making things. And on this side, we want the same, but obviously we can just turn this off and on when we want to. Is everything crafted? Yes, sirree. And oh, let me get the speed upgrades out the other side just so we can... I will just move this. I will make more later. They're very cheap. I didn't really know that they would stack up this high. Oh yeah, baby. Transistors and capacitors. We've done it. The hardest, stupid, dumb craft ever. Let me re-chuck this guy back into this side so that it stays blocked up. But woohoo, we've done it. And we can now make a UV light box, which I think also needs to be plugged in. Let's plug it in. Oops, next to the charger, because oh dear. There we go. Perfect. I don't think we need to use this for too long. We do need to make some etching acid, so let's do that. And like that, I now have my etching acid. Woohoo, etching acid. Don't drink it or spill it on your shirt. So I am going to want to make 13 empty PCBs because we need one for each of these machines. Oh, we're going to need 16. We should be able to do that. So yes, 16 empty PCBs we need to make. We have to chuck them into etching acid at the moment, but eventually we will just be able to use these machines to make them, which makes life a lot easier. Oh goodness. Right, I didn't realize the recipe was this complicated. Let me see what we can actually make out of this. Right. It appears the only difficult bits, I mean, this will require a few more capacitors, but the easy capacitors, that doesn't matter, will be the ultimate circuit board and the advanced circuit. So this is only an issue because we will need a metallurgic infuser. What are the tier installers like in this pack? Not the worst, not the best. So, if my calculations are correct, we will need 48 of these to make our 16 circuit boards. That means we have 16 of each left to do with what we want for now. This is a priority, I think, to make this. I would say we need the enrichment. How much is the enrichment chamber? It's probably good. Okay, that's still fairly cheap. Basically, we need 2 steel casings. They're not very expensive, but they will take 8 transistors, which is expensive. Not as expensive as it could be. They are the cheapest. So I guess what is on the outside? Dark steel. We should have some dark steel. So I guess it's sort of time to get into a little bit of mechanism. So here is our steel casing. Lovely stuff. And we are going to need 2 nuclear furnaces, which are, I mean, it's just a bit of tough alloy and some plating. I think we should have all of that. Yep. I just need to make some ender furnaces, which are just, I mean, it's nothing that we haven't made before. Here are our 2 nuclear furnaces. And here is our first ever, for this pack, mechanism metallurgic infuser. Where on earth shall we put these? I mean, we could probably put them here for now. That's not too bad a location for stuff. No, I think that's all right. Let me just extend this power cable over like so. There we go. And now we have space for both of the things. I like the metallurgic infuser there. And to make this, I'm going to want 2 basic control circuits. Oh goodness. Will I still have enough? Yes. We need more transistors. That's fine. They're the cheap ones. Maybe I'll do another stack of transistors because they are the cheap ones after all. And I'm just turning some more LPG into plastic, and there we should very speedily be able to make myself some more transistors, a whole another stack. Yeah, it's really the capacitors that are the main issue. And they're annoying because they're used for the enriched alloys. Oh, so we've got 16 to I would say we've got 16 to spare, but that is definitely not going to make 16 PCBs. We may have to do some more capacitor creating. Ooh, fun. Let me make more cyan then, if that's the case. And yeah, well, at least we can have the transistors easily. I'll go work on the other stuff. Now, because of all of my cool stuff, it's actually super easiest for us to get another stack of empowered diamantine. The main issue now is that I'm kind of running a little low on diamonds. We will automate all the ore processing side of things at some point, but we are making capacitors, and because we've got so many empowerers, it is actually working at a fairly fast speed. We can do quite a lot of things in parallel, which is incredibly useful with this sort of thing, because it really just does take a really long time otherwise. Yeah, again, the only real issue is waiting for alloys. We will have to wait again for pulsating iron and stuff like that. I am still putting off making another alloy smelter until we get AE2. But I mean, this should be, I say with a grain of salt, the last time I have to craft these capacitors without AE2. Maybe. So we'll see. But I mean, I just love it. This is just like, I've played this pack quite a few times. I haven't finished it ever. I think the furthest, I never got to EMC. So I've not really got into the proper meat of the pack ever. But this capacitor thing always wound me right up. I always found it just a massive grind and terrible, because I never really, I mean, I pretended to set it up properly, but I never set it up like this. And doing this, you know, it's still grindy, but it feels so much better. So it's definitely worth investing in infrastructure early on. While I'm waiting for other things, let's put 2 redstone in the metallurgic infuser and chuck in a transistor, and it should be 1 redstone to 1 circuit. This is slow. We will make speed upgrades. No, it's 2. Of course it's 2, but that's fine. We've got plenty of redstone. I'm only putting a little bit in right now, just so that we can make the enrichment chamber. And what are these speed upgrades like? Expensive, because these are 2 capacitors each. So basically 2 melodic capacitors plus a bit of other stuff per speed upgrade. What are the energy upgrades like? Similar. That's so expensive. Okay, anyway, we've got what we wanted. I will now craft our first enrichment chamber as well, so we can get all prepared. And I guess while we're waiting, maybe I will just start working on making 16 ultimate control circuits, which means 16 elite, 16 advanced, and 16 basic. So basically a bit of redstone. I'll put a bunch of redstone in that thing, and then we can make, I'll get 16 of our expensive transistors. Whoops. Don't jump off there too fast. From here, and I mean, these are the ones we actually have made while I wait for pulsating iron to be made. Question: what if I make the 9 PCBs to make the controller? Oh no, I've just realized it's 2 PCBs per controller. That's horrible. So, okay, scratch whatever I said before. Who cares about the mechanism thing? I'll make PCBs the old-fashioned way for now. Don't care. Whatever. This is too expensive at this very point in time. So, wait, that's like more than I was going to make anyway. Oh no. I don't think I can afford 18 particularly. Like, how much do I want to change my AE system in the future? Because I want at least enough channels to start auto-crafting off. Well, let me see how many melodic capacitors this is going to take. Not including the ones to actually make the PCB. Just to make the empty PCBs, we are going to need 108 melodic capacitors. I am making another stack, but we would need another stack to actually make this viable. Of course. Ridiculous. We don't think we can even really do it because we don't have enough grains of infinity. That's a very low amount of grains of infinity. I was making way more before. Is it because I've not been to the hunting dimension today? That would be a shame. This is chunk loaded. Who knows? Anyway, potentially grains of infinity seeds will need to be made sooner rather than later. It shouldn't be too difficult. It is only tier 1 neutral steel. We'll need 16 of it, and oh, we need a mana diamond. Maybe we need to get into Britannia. Maybe we need to pivot from the PCBs while I wait for my grains of infinity stash to refill. Since we now need to get into magic, a new area has been made. Our Britannia area, yes, it's inside, but we're on a space station. We can't go outside. It's near our farming area over here because I thought that would fit in nicely. And yeah, so we've got plenty of space. It's never that much space you need for Britannia, so this is fine. At least for now, we can always make another orb if we need to. The paths are a little annoying because it comes into the sort of like curved path, but I think that still looks alright. And if we go here to this mysterious elevator, welcome to a blood magic room. I like it, I think. I like these blocks. They look suitably spooky. I wanted to put a bit more of a rusty panel on the floor, but I still think this one looks the best. And in the middle, we have a grate, which is for draining the excess blood from our sacrifices. There's also blood all over the floor. So yeah, I thought this is suitably spooky. There's also anti-bats hang around here, which is kind of cool. Hello, anti-bat. So yeah, I think it looks very cool. So we've got that hidden under the Britannia setup with a bit of space underneath for any sort of mob farm we may need, or maybe even just like a little orb here. This is literally right connected to the Britannia room, so it's not perfect. And I did have to put the 2 elevators in because this was too far down, so there's a little sort of gap here, but whatever. It still works. And yeah, there we go. However, our adventure into magic is going to have to wait until the next episode. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.